Welcome back to the Graham Stephan Show, and oh boy, do we have an amazing episode today because Millennial Money, believe it or not, featured Brian Jung. I don't know if you're aware of who Brian Jung is, but if you've Googled or searched for Bitcoin or crypto at all in YouTube, Brian Jung comes up. He's been lately doing these really extravagant thumbnails, but I gotta say, I've been a fan of Brian since the very beginning. His come up has been absolutely amazing, and it was just revealed that he makes $3.7 million a year in Rockville, Maryland. Wait for it, Millennial Money. So now with that said, guys, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, do it so we could beat CNBC Make It. They're getting closer to 1 million subscribers than we are, which is not acceptable at all. So do your favor, we're now on a race to beat CNBC Make It to 1 million subscribers. Anyway, with that said, guys, let's begin.
I always thought that there was this separation between the rich or people who are just well off versus us, our family. It was just difficult seeing that we wouldn't be able to pay the bills sometimes, or if we wanted to eat somewhere, my mom would have to cut back. There were many nights where
Ooh, look at the fancy apartment place here. Wow, this has got to be one of the community centers. They went ham with these plants. They just ordered them all. There's a massive, at least make them look realistic. I've never seen an orchid that big before. Looks nice.
My name is Brian Jung. I'm 25 years old. I make about $3.7 million a year, and I live in Rockville, Maryland.
Absolutely killing it. Imagine being 25, making $3.7 million a year. That is crazy. That is life-changing income at 25, as long as he doesn't screw this up. As long as he didn't have it all invested in Terra Luna, he's sitting fine. Look, he got the Lambo, though. I think it's basically required that if you make more than $1 million in crypto, you gotta buy a Lamborghini. I don't know. You know, personally now, I feel like the Lambo thing is... It's got a bad stigma to it. It's like, I don't know what it is, the Lamborghini. Tai Lopez ruined the Lamborghini. After Tai Lopez, every, influencer got a Lambo, and then everyone had one. So, Brian, I would upgrade this to a Ford GT. That's gonna be the next Lamborghini, just watch. What? What do you mean he's an angel investor and co-owner of a restaurant? Brian. Listen, I'm just upset because that was kind of my next move, and I thought I would be the first one to be an angel. Well, no, I wouldn't be an angel. I would be a co-owner of a restaurant. I thought I would be the only one to do it. He's doing this before me. Okay, so just so nobody has any ideas, I didn't even know he did this. So I'll be second. I'm okay with second.
One of the things that I grew up seeing as a kid was really just how hard my parents worked. My mom initially worked in a hair salon. Now she actually has a job at the post office. My father, when he first immigrated to the US, he actually had a job in the flooring space.
Oh, it looks like his dad a little bit. I could see that.
He worked on installing hardwood floors throughout a majority of his life. There were countless moments where I would choose to, instead of going to a rugby game, sometimes opt to even go help him with work.
Oh my gosh, that's Brian? Jeez. I had no idea he was into rugby. You know what? That's the thing. Maybe I missed it. But I never really knew the background on Brian Jung. I've seen not all of his crypto. I've seen a lot of his crypto videos, but I never really got the sense of like who he is and what his background is. This is really cool to see.
There was a point where I dislocated my shoulder so many times that I needed surgery. My mom was not in a position where she could afford that surgery. She actually took out such a long-term loan where she ended up having to pay small amounts of it for a very long time in order to pay that back. It was times like that where I saw my parents and their love for me as their son really shining through, and I always made a commitment to myself since the beginning. No matter what happens, I'll always be making sure that my parents can get taken care of. A lot of what I've done is because of them.
Oh, I bet they're loving this right now. Their son's making $4 million a year. They'll be taken care of for sure. That's it. He just needs one good year and then just don't screw it up. That's it. Just don't screw it up. It's not that hard. Don't screw it up. Oh, that's awesome. Community college. That's what people should be doing. 2 years community college, then transfer. Save the money. Unless it's going to be paid for and it's like, it doesn't cost you anything. You're not going to take out loans. It doesn't make any sense. Take out loans for this first 2 years of like general education. Community college it and then work a part-time job. I believe everyone should be doing that.
There was a pivotal moment in my life where I had to tell my parents, hey guys, I know you worked really hard and I know like how scary this is gonna be, but I'm not gonna finish school. I'm going to pursue business.
I'm gonna be a YouTuber, Mom and Dad. You see what Jake and Logan Paul do? I'm gonna do YouTube videos. It's like, that's what everyone thinks of. I hate to say it. It's like, oh, you do YouTube? Who's that one guy? I'm like, Jake and Logan Paul. You're like, oh yeah, that guy. Is that what you do? I'm like, no, that's not what I do. I think we're beginning to overcome that sort of vlogger, prank, sort of, YouTube time, that era. We're moving past it, and YouTube has become a place of like really great content now. And the older generations are beginning to finally catch on to it.
They were a little taken back. Many business owners that they know do not do well.
Oh, what's that? That looks like matcha to me. You should be drinking bankroll coffee. Brian, we could send you some bankroll coffee. Just drink it.
I spend about $2,500 a month on groceries, restaurants, and just overall eating. I do like to eat out quite a bit. I told myself as soon as I was able to create a little bit of money for myself, food is never something that I was gonna cheap out on.
Look at this budget. I love this. Now keep in mind, if taxes were in here, the taxes would be probably just as big as the investments. $50,000 a month in investments. I mean, what am I supposed to say to that? Amazing. Good job, Brian. Where's all the other money going, actually? Because if he's making 3.7, unless they're basically taking his last 6 months and like extrapolating that over the following 6 months, maybe that's it. He should be investing more because nothing else is that high. He's got $3,700 in housing, rent for a 3-bedroom apartment plus utilities. Not bad at all. Discretionary, $3,350 with barbell, shopping, gifts, donations, laundry. It's funny they put laundry in there. Like, laundry would be the equivalent of him like dropping a few pennies on the floor in terms of like how small it is compared to the overall income. It's like, oh yeah, he spent a penny on that. All right. Food, 25, 34, it doesn't matter. I mean, at this income, he could be blowing $20,000, $30,000 a month on random stuff, and it doesn't matter. Supporting parents, $24.78 fine. Subscriptions, $223. Renter's insurance, that's good, $176, and gas, $90. It's fine. It's fine. He should be investing more though. Where's the extra money going? Unless it's other investments. Let's see.
I spend about $250 a month on my water. I get my water custom delivered. So the reason why I believe water is so important is because when we have purified water or water that is just coming from the pipes, it doesn't oftentimes have the full array of nutrients that you need. Spring water is actually shown to have its minerals, its sodium, its nutrients, its potassium.
I've never heard of that before. I've heard that like tap water has everything you need. I'm fine with tap water. I can't tell the difference between that. Just as long as it's not Dasani. We could all agree Dasani sucks. I'd rather tap water over that stuff. He's got a nice apartment. Look at the water bottles he just has. What about just getting a really good like RODI unit? Well, I guess it's the minerals that aren't in it. It's the minerals, Marie.
So I currently live by myself, and then for 2 of the other bedrooms, I've turned one into my office studio, and the other one is just a general office where I like to do work, and then 3rd bedroom is my own bedroom.
Great for tax write-offs. He's able to write off the majority of this apartment, so that's smart. Oh, so that's it. So he's probably saving up for a down payment, and then he's gonna use it to buy this. Good for him. I love that. January 2023. Brian, you better have a housewarming party, and we better be invited. The whole family. We would show up. I think this would be so cool.
Graham, if I have a housewarming party, you bring everyone, especially if you can somehow bring the dog. I love your dog. Your dog is so cute. I'm a huge dog guy. I told myself when I move into my next house, I'm gonna get a little puppy too. I know it's a big responsibility, but yes, you, Jack, and the whole squad, come on by.
Now that I've finally been able to make some money, I've been buying the cars that I've wanted and also treating it as an investment as well.
All right, how is the Huracan an investment? Unless he bought it a year ago, and if he's buying at today's prices, I just can't see it. Not a Huracan. The Audi, that's a good-looking Audi, though.
I put in a lot of upgrades into this vehicle, and it was actually one of my dream cars that I've wanted my entire life.
Gorgeous car. He's not going to get any of the mods back, but again, it doesn't matter. It's like it's at that level of income, it's like a normal person spent like $5 on something. So it really puts things into perspective, I gotta say.
And the 3rd vehicle that I recently picked up is a 2021 Lamborghini Huracan.
So he's in at $290. The only way this car is going to be an investment is in personal branding. But I have to say, I get the appeal of buying the Lamborghini. I can't talk down about buying a Lamborghini. It's tough because I just personally think if the goal is as an invest, probably better to get something a little bit more different. You know, a Lamborghini is probably the most recognizable on YouTube, but like a Spiker, get a Spiker C8 or like something crazy. It's like, oh, that Brian, he's got the Spiker. Or some just like crazy car. I'm suggesting all the cars that you know. Or you know what would be a great one is a Mustang GT350, like a good, solid. Those are good investment cars. I think they're great for branding. You know what? I sound like a negative Nancy. I honestly do. So you know what? Bad Graham, bad. A Lambo has been something I've wanted since I was like 16 years old. I've wanted the Gallardo Superleggera. That was the car I've always wanted. If I could find one and stick one day, that would be great, but yeah, I never did a Lambo though.
I really like being able to provide my parents some gifts. So recently I purchased my dad an Omega Seamaster.
Oh, yeah. Meanwhile, I was wearing the stainless steel Rolex Daytona. That was a good purchase. Now again, I'm hoping he didn't pay for these at like 40 grand, but assuming he got this anywhere near MSRP or like more than a year ago, that is a great purchase. He's got a good taste in watches.
I initially started off by making videos on credit cards.
Yeah, I remember his credit card videos. I liked them a lot. I thought they were great videos, and they long tail. They do well.
I think even getting my first 10,000 subscribers was crazier than me getting my 1 million subscribers, just because at that time, I never had any plans of being a YouTuber. So shortly after that, we started to do stimulus check content.
Yeah, that's so true. Listen, I still have it. You could type in Graham Stephan 10,000 subscribers. I have my video. It's still up there. I was elated to get 10,000. I was so excited. Like that was the most incredible feeling because yeah, going from 0 to 10,000, like I never would have guessed that. My goal in the first year was to go to 0 to 500. And if I hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year, I thought that would be a huge success. So when I hit 10,000 subscribers after a few months, I was like blown away. By the time I hit 1 million, I knew it had already like sunk in because you watch the numbers and like you see, okay, well, at this current rate, I'm gonna hit it around this time, plus or minus a few months. So you kind of have time to prepare. But when it's like 0 to 10,000, probably within about, I don't know, a month, it doesn't even register. It happens so fast. It's like, wow. Oh, look at this. On his computer, we got stimulus check drama update. Meet Kevin versus clear value tax. Those are the days. When stimulus checks were drama. Oh, man.
So shortly after that, we started to do stimulus check content during the peak of this pandemic.
Anything with regards to the stimulus check.
And my channel was actually able to get number 13 trending on the YouTube trending page. And ultimately that led to me being in a position where I started to stream the AMC and GameStop live streams.
Wow, I remember all of it. It's been so cool because it's interesting. I've forgotten all of this stuff. I just see him now as like, a crypto channel. But seeing the progression, how well he has pivoted. Most people do not pivot like Brian. It's really hard to do that because think of it like this. He has a credit card audience. That's only so big, okay? Stimulus checks come around, he covers stimulus. This is a huge audience. But to transition from stimulus checks to another trending topic, AMC GameStop, it's really hard to bring that audience over and keep them. And then from that into crypto, very few people can do that, and Brian has done it.
Googled someone's bank account that had $100,000 in it, and I taped it right here, my goal, which was like in 2020, I wanted $100,000 in my bank account.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I love goal setting like that. I think it's really important.
So in terms of my investments, I actually have an array of angel investments. Up to date, I believe I have about 15 to 20 angel investments I've made within the last year.
It'll be interesting to see how many of those pan out. I'm told that only about 1 in 20, 1 in 25 is actually gonna like make it big. And usually that's enough to wipe out the losses of all the other ones. I know, by the way, we're invested in a few of the same ones. So, basically what a lot of these companies do, they come to all of us or a big selection of people. We all put in some money in them. It'll be interesting to see what happens on this. It's either going to be fantastic or it's like, well, it's gone. So we'll see.
I'm also a co-owner in a restaurant for one of the first Japanese barbecue spots in the state of Maryland. And the reason for this investment is because I was initially a huge fan of the food and I've always wanted to diversify my investment portfolio.
That's really cool. I love that. I wish I don't know if he made a video about it. I think that's really neat. and 90,000 5%. So this is a $1.8 million business. Seems high. I don't know how you value the restaurant business like that, but I just don't know what the return on capital is like. I think it's cool though. I think it's neat.
I also have an immense crypto portfolio and an NFT collection. One of my NFTs is currently worth over $400,000.
Okay, 50 NFTs, $600,000. I'm curious what the market value of that is. That worries me so much. I mean, Brian could afford it if it goes to zero. That's the NFT business is something that I think could either double, triple, could go down 90%. I wouldn't be surprised. It's extremely risky, extremely volatile.
I want to keep building. I want to have an entire company where I can continue feeding other people, supporting others, allowing them to do something that they want to passionately do.
Great advertisement for the business. I'm curious how many people show up to this restaurant right afterwards. Ask for the Brian special. Just show up and be like, yeah, I want the millennial money with the Brian special, and maybe you get like a discount or something. Brian, you should do something like that. You do so well.
I think for anyone who's watching this and you may be feeling like you're in a rut, you don't know what you want to do with your life, I'm telling you, you can achieve anything as long as you put your head to it.
Well done, Brian. Really proud, man. It's so cool to see, because I do remember those credit card videos. Fantastic. And how about this? If you want to come on the Iced Coffee Hour, you know who to reach out to. Just let us know. We'd love to have you down in Vegas. We could grab some all-you-can-eat sushi, and we'll have a great time. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoy the content. I'll put my Instagram right here as well if you want to add me on Instagram. I post pretty much daily. Thank you so much.
And with that being said, see y'all soon.